Welcome back to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for choosing our show. Ladies and gentlemen, there is something in the country. Apparently, there is a group of university researchers that are in the country to research on Kenyan youths. And I was reading and I laughed off that they want to conduct a research on the behavior of the Kenyan youth, apparently to help William Ruto cope up with the challenges that are brought up by the youths. What a joke. Now, over the past few weeks, the youths have been a thorn in the flesh to President William Samoei Ruto. And many pundits believe that William Ruto is a problem to himself. He is his own misfortune. I remember in one of the articles, Irungu Kangata was saying that this time around, William Ruto has himself to blame for the wave of protest in the country. And Irungu was saying that the first protest was brought about last year, June, when Gen Zs were protesting against the Finance Bill 2024. So that went like that. They were killed, they were kidnapped, and it ended in some opaque agreement between Raila and William Samoei Ruto. And for a while, Gen Z said, okay, you've killed us. We are now moving out of the streets, but we have a date with you in 2027. But then something just happened out of the blues, that the police take Albert Ojwang, place him in their custody, detain him there, then for some times Albert is dead. And this was the cause of the second wave of protests. And Irungu Kangata is saying that on this, William Ruto was never insensitive. In an already volatile situation, you don't allow such things. You be very cautious. You can guard against those unnecessary deaths, killings. So Irungu is blaming William Ruto for himself. That is his own misfortune. But because of that, the whole world has been watching as the Gen Zs push Ruto to the wall. And Ruto has responded by killing them. So what is happening? There's a group of researchers, and I want us to just look at briefly that South Korea, to help Kenya address youth challenges with new research. The government has revealed that a team of researchers from the Hankook University of Foreign Studies from South Korea is expected to be dispatched to Kenya to conduct a survey involving the youths. In a statement on 14th, the State Department of Youth Affairs and Creative Economy claimed that the survey will enable the two governments fabricate interventions to address youth challenges in the country. I had to skip, and the person who will be spearheading or heading this survey is saying that the youth demographic is a challenge not only in Kenya but across the world, and the need to understand them is critical to inform appropriate policy interventions for their needs. He continues to say that the University of Hankook is among the 4 universities in Korea which have applied for research grants to the Korean government to research the youth development question in Africa. Now, this announcement has come against the backdrop of a very determined youth that is not afraid of the bullet, is not afraid of threats. They have decided it is our time to change this country. If it's not now, then we have a date with William Ruto. It is also coming against the backdrop of a stranded Raila and Ruto in State House, because Ruto and Raila thought that you can do the same thing all the times and get a different result. And so they came to us with this old method of trying to waste our time, that they want intergenerational conclave, I don't know, kind of dialogue. And Kenyans have rejected that call, forcing William Samoei Ruto to accept this kind of research. And I believe William Ruto is a pretender. Do you think we need a research on Kenyan youths to show you the way forward? Kindly listen to how Kenyans reacted to the suggestions by Raila that Kenyans should hold dialogues. And you will know that this time round, Kenyans have decided that they are not going to fall into the trap of our mzee. Ruto must look for another way, not the old ways, because the Gen Z that we are dealing with, the youth that we are dealing with, are wiser than what they thought. Can you listen to this?
Bwana Raila Odinga, before you tell us to enter into new dialogue with William Ruto, you entered dialogue with him called NADICO. It has not yet been implemented. Now you want us to start a new one. The other day after you lost the AU chairmanship, you entered into MOU with him for a 10-point agenda. Among the things you agreed is that no abductions, no killings. They have now increased instead of being stopped.
Mheshimiwa, iwapo Rais Ruto atakuita kwa mazungumzo ya kuokoa nchi, inamaanisha hutaenda?
Atahitaji nini kutoka kwangu? What will he need from me? What will I tell him that he cannot hear from the people in the streets? What can I tell him that he is not hearing from the Gen Z? Unajua hiyo ndio zamani kujifanya. What's new? Anaenda kusikiza nini?
Mimi sifikirii data wakati huu kunaweza kuwa na dialogue ambayo itakuja kushughulikia vijana madai yao. Waliahidiwa mambo ambao wangefanyiwa na wakati huu the young people feel rigged out.
Do we need another dialogue right now? Because this Katiba was actually a result of several dialogues that took place.
Complete balderdash.
Balderdash is what now?
Madhogs.
Hey.
To be honest with you, it's a total waste of time for Kenyans, a total waste of our resources. It's another diversionary tactic from the real things that are bedeviling Kenyans right now. Kenyans are asking for accountability. For example, on the deaths, on the disappearance, on the kidnappings, the state of the economy, everything has collapsed. Health, you shift it from NHIF to SHA sheet, whatever, whatever that is. And then, of course, all these other things, education, bursaries, whatever. That's what Kenyans are asking. Jobs, the promises of 2022, that's what Kenyans are asking. Account for what you promised us in 2022. Now, I think Ruto has found a person to use, just like previous regimes have done.
So, ladies and gentlemen, people have decided that they are not going to fall into this trap. And so William Ruto, I don't know whether by invitation or by coincidence, has decided that the researchers from Korea is going to help him study the Kenyan youth, their behavior, social behavior, political behavior. I don't know what kind of behavior to make an appropriate, and informed decisions on how to deal with them. I want to tell you why this is a pretense. Kindly subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell to allow YouTube to notify you whenever we release a video like this. Please don't forget to like and share our videos. Ladies and gentlemen, in June last year, the youths of this country went to the street. Raila Odinga called for some dialogue. William Ruto himself came and stood before us as the president of the nation, and he said, I succumb, and this time round, I will ensure that I listen to you. There were things like stopping corruption, stopping abductions. He also told us that he would not even reduce, but remove completely the monies that were going to the offices of the First Lady, Second Lady, na bibi ya Chief Prime Minister. The youth told him, hii cabinet, hata aliangusha hii cabinet chini, ni vile baadaye after handshake, alirudisha. Youth talked to him and he listened to the youths. Members of parliament who are now yapping here and chest thumping realized that it was not business as usual. Some of them could not go to their rural homes. Walikuwa wamekaa hapa Nairobi. They could not attend churches. They could not walk freely on the streets. Some people call it anarchy, but I call it discipline. This kind of reckless talks, even Kimani Chungwa, who had said that anaogopa sijui mradi Ujimoto, mradi na Mungu, could not believe his eyes. So the youths had brought some sense of discipline and sanity in the country. But then a very rushed handshake gave Ruto some impotence, some strength and audacity. Is now back killing the people. He's gone back to foreign trips and local trips. He's on top of vehicles promising. He's even come up, now he's even courageous enough to threaten us and tell people you will be shot in the leg. And I find this idea of doing research just like Raila's call for talks. And the question is, what are people talking about? What are they researching about? If they want to do a research to help them in their country, it's okay. But William Ruto cannot pretend that he does not understand the problems bedeviling the youth's unemployment, discriminative. I mean, even when people are in school, when people look for jobs, your name alone can deny you a job. If you talk to people, you realize that they've fallen victims. They're being killed. Their peers and friends are being killed. The economy is not doing well. And you see, someone comes up, someone who stood in front of us and told our youth that they are hustlers, told our youth that he started as an egg vendor and therefore he understood the predicaments of the youth. Someone who told us that Uhuru and Raila were boys, spoiled brats who were brought and bred in state house. They did not understand the problems of Kenyans. Ruto told them Uhuru and Raila do not understand the pangs of hunger. Hawajui. And William Ruto said that over the years since Kenya gained independence, that the economy has been, favoring those who are at the apex of the economic pyramid. And he told them, I will form an economy that will be considerate to the people who are at the bottom of the economic pyramid. Now, Ruto stands before us and tells us that hii unemployment imekuwa, hata wale predecessors wako na create employment. And that is why I'm saying that this is a fallacy. Because when Ruto pretends that he wants someone to do a research and help him deal with youth problems, surely, don't you think that we continue and extend our jokes too far? If we are going to partner in other ways, just like we could partner with youth from US, from Uganda, and just see how we can help ourselves, because youths are really learned today, they are techno-savvy. That I will agree. We cannot stop interacting and exchanging ideas. But when someone tells us that he wants some group of researchers to research and show him our problems and how to deal with our problems, no, our problems are simple, and the youth of this country are saying, listen to us. Listen to the youth. Don't think Kenya is yours. Don't think you can take your money and build a church in State House as if it is yours. Tomorrow, if a Muslim comes there, let him ensure that stakeholders are always involved whenever he does something. We don't want things like Adani deals, something that can be good for the country, but it's done in a clandestine manner that you realize there's something. Kila mtu anataka kukula. Involve the youth, involve the stakeholders. Kuna watu uliambiwa ni watu wafisadi pale, bado umewaweka kwa cabinet. Hii unataka research surely. Unataka someone afanye research akuambie uache kuwa watoto. I mean, this is the fallacy, the height of fallacy. Raila Odinga, there's a dialogue as Gachagua says it there. Walianza NADCO report. Ilifika wapi? So we want to start another one, referendum to give some people opportunities, some jobs, ama ni nini? Do you support researchers to come and research on us and tell William Ruto how to deal with us? When William Ruto was campaigning, he knew there's something he told Kenyans. And so he's supposed to simply implement what he told Kenyans. He lied to us. Aache uongo. Aache kusikiza the Western powers. And I'm here to condemn this fallacy. If the research is going to be conducted just because to help them to understand us, because Gen Zs have really put Kenya into what we call an international radar. Internationally, Kenya is being looked at because Gen Zs have decided we want to teach you a lesson, and other Gen Zs in other countries are really emulating what we are doing as a country. So ladies and gentlemen, kimeumana, imebidi watu wakuja wamsaidie. Ni kama watoto wako wamekushinda, sasa majirani wamekuja, they want to study watoto wako na wakuambie utadili nao aje. Do you even call yourself a president? The other day we were told kuna watu waliingia kwa supermarket they stole a lot of things. When the police were manning all our roads, when we pay the NIS, what are they doing? If they are not the people who are doing it, then they tell us the amount of money that we give them. What are they doing? Is the government admitting that hii kazi imewalemea? Raila and Ruto, with all their schemes, have been rejected. No dialogue. Implement what you already have. I don't know what to think, but that's my take.